All right, welcome to Coffee with Marcus and Mark, the number one stock market show on Spotify and one of the most popular market updates on YouTube. In this show, we're going to talk to you about what's happening in the markets and how we are trading it. Today is Tuesday, December 19th. I'm joining you live from Miami. Kind of feel that I should wear these shades because honestly, there's not much going on in the market. Stock market isn't looking good as we approach the end of the year. We are down for the months and also down for the year. So, can the markets pull off a Christmas miracle? But most importantly, how are we trading these markets, especially now going into the holidays? By the way, if this is your first time here, hi, I'm Markus Heitkoetter. This super smart guy over there is my head coach, Markus, and we're real traders who trade live accounts. So, therefore, we got a lot of trading experience, and we're showing you how we trade these crazy markets. So trust me, we know our stuff, and we are not afraid to tell you like it is. So if you're looking for some honest insights into the fascinating world of trading, you are in the right place. I kind of feel like I should take this off again. Anyhow, so let's take a look at the markets and see what is happening here. And I mean, super interesting in the last few days, Mark, right?
It has been, Marcus. You have this 4 day slide, and it all started with that reversal day on Tuesday, where we tried to take out those recent highs, and since then it's just been down, down, down. So markets trying to snap a 4 day losing streak and just turned positive recently.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll see. Let's bring up the indices in a moment. I believe that this slide is it's just exaggerated. I mean, this is where Powell said, "Yeah, we are not done yet with raising interest rates." Okay, we kind of knew that, right? And this is where now recession fears are factoring in, and this is where over the last few days we have been sliding. But I don't see a real reason for this quite dramatic drop that we had here. Oops. So either you or me are out. So one of us is not. I will assume that I'm still live, so I'll just keep talking here.
It froze on my end, Marcus. I don't know if it was my internet or yours, but we're back.
Anyhow, good. So we're back. So, I mean, not a whole lot going on. And if you also look at the FOMC gauge here that we have from CME Group of the probability, the Fetch Watch tool, yeah, the probabilities for a 50 basis point hike in the next meeting have crept up. I mean, they were as low as what 30%, sometimes even 28%. So right now, traders are kind of thinking maybe the Fed will still raise interest rates in the February meeting by half a percentage point versus originally what everybody thought, yeah, a quarter of percentage point.
It is creeping up there, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the Fed's terminal rate being a little higher than expected, and that's something that Fed Chair Jerome Powell mentioned last meeting, where traders at first said, maybe not," kind of discounting what he said, but yeah, you just don't know. You just don't know. So next meeting in February.
Traders are still not buying it. They're not buying the 5.1% terminal rate that Sir Jerome Powell suggested. They're still factoring in that it will be below 5 and that even in 2023, the Fed will actually lower interest rates, even though Powell said, we're not going to do that. But traders are not buying it.
That is interesting. They're betting on a 50 basis reduction by the end of the year.
Right. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, looking today at a 5 minute chart, let me just move a few things out of the way. We see that at first we opened lower, we're pushing lower. Right now, stocks, as you said, are trying to claw their way back. I mean, all three major indices are now positive for the day.
And, this doesn't surprise me, just getting a little bit of a drift here. We talked about the Santa Claus rally and technically being the last 5 days of the trading year and the first 2 days of the new year. No sign of Santa yet, but could this be just the start of a little drift? Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah, and I mean, well, in October, I was betting that by the end of the year, we will be above 4,200. I mean, is it possible? Anything is possible in the market, but not very likely. So, I mean, I still stand by my bet. No worries. You're getting your stakes, and all mastermind members, Teresa and Larry, as well, if we're closing below. But honestly, I think that probably over the next couple of weeks, we'll drift higher and land anywhere between 3950 and 4,000, probably right back in this range where we were previously. What are your thoughts?
That is a bet that I would not bet against you. I could see that happening, Marcus.
Yeah. And again, why do I think that this move was over exaggerated? Because also looking at the VIX, the fear gauge in the market, I mean, it really hasn't spiked. It's still at this lower range. If you look at this, I mean, it has been pretty much all year, anywhere between 20 and 35. I mean, we have been hovering here at the lower end of this range, pretty much for the past few weeks here, ever since beginning of December.
Yeah, and I think that's a good way to view the VIX. Look at the extremes on the upside and downside to get a feel for where volatility is. And so, yes, we've crept higher recently, but still in these lower ranges, which just means that traders aren't as fearful as they have as they have been in the past. And even though we're on a 4-day slide, we're not seeing this huge spike. So,
Yeah.
uh, when the VIX is low, wait. Oh yeah, it's time to go. No, when the VIX is high, it's time to buy. When the VIX is low, it's time to go. Anyway,
There's not much fear in the markets
I
right now. There's
concur.
some
I think that there
uncertainty.
will be a drift.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we are looking for right now. And now, before we take a look at our positions and also talk about how we are trading this week and next week, I want to bring up Tesla because Tesla just keeps sliding. It has been popping up on the wheel scanner, and we said, don't do it, right? I mean, and here down another 4% today.
This is interesting today, Marcus, because there was that whole Twitter poll with Elon Musk saying, should I step down from Twitter and I will abide by the results of the poll? And like 57.5% of the respondents said that they think he should step down. And there was some uh, comments out there that actually would be great for Tesla if he does listen to the poll and if he does step down. But at least right now, Tesla not getting any love.
Yeah, because it seems that he's backpedaling there because he commented on this poll, interesting. And then he also said, well, there's probably just too many bots involved in this poll, where he said, going forward, I mean, everybody has to be verified with this blue mark where people have to pay $8 per month before they can cast a vote here on company policies. That is what he said. So it seems that today he's backpedaling. Sounds almost like he was hoping that everybody says, "Oh yeah, just stay the CEO of Twitter. That is fantastic." So I don't think that he expected that outcome.
Or he did, and he's setting everybody up just like when he did the poll on whether or not he should sell Tesla shares, and he already had.
He already stepped down. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let's take a look at our positions and also see what's happening, how we are trading it right now. So CTRA, we are both assigned at 26 right now, trading at 24.20. So not in call selling territory. So probably once we get back up to 25 or above 25, then we can look at selling calls at 26. We already sold some calls. They expired worthless last week, so not much to do there. Google. I mean, Google also today up for the day, but with the overall market also had a slide. You're assigned at 104. I'm assigned at 108. So right now, not in call selling territory.
Yeah, this uh, it's behaving normal for a wheel trade that's down. So I don't have concerns about this one. I'm still happy with the position and I'm willing to manage it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have traded it. But yeah, this dip's a little frustrating. It looked like we were going to be able to sell calls for a couple of weeks and things were looking pretty good.
Yeah. And then Nvidia. I mean, Nvidia at the 175 calls that expired last week. So they already expired. Right now, I have not yet sold any calls yet. My cost basis is at 160.91. So right now, I'm trading above my cost basis. I could close the whole position right now and would keep all of the premium. I could also sell the 165 calls, collect some more premium. But honestly, I like the 175 level, and I just want to see until the markets are bouncing back a little bit, because this is where Nvidia can very quickly go back up to the 168, 170 range, and then there will be a lot of premium in the 175. So I'm not really in a rush of selling calls today. I just want to see how it plays out here.
That works. That works.
So you talked about Play yesterday. So Play was another stock that we traded. This expired worthless, so we no longer have the option. So let's talk about, I mean, how do we trade this week, Mark? I mean, just looking at the scanner here, there's not even any stocks on there that meet the filter criteria. With these markets, are you surprised?
Yeah. Yeah, no, no, and this is where I've said, based on my experience over the years, that if there's some time to take off from trading, because people get interested in trading because they want the freedom and flexibility, and they want time away from other jobs, right? And then you get glued to the charts and stuck, and you can't step away because it can be a little addicting at times. But I think that the last week, maybe the last 2 weeks of the year, is a good time to start slowing down. Thanksgiving week in November and the week of the 4th of July in the US. Those 4 weeks, if you were to say, hey, I'm going to just step away or really trade light, those are normally the best weeks, in my opinion. So it's no surprise that the volatility has slowed down a little bit. And that's something that we're seeing right now with the wheel scanner, because where we would want to sell puts based on support, right now strikes are a little bit high, and strikes are a little bit high because there isn't this extra premium priced in.
Right, right. So, I mean, for me personally, this week I'm in Miami here with my kids. They're sailing. So, I'm just setting an alarm for NVIDIA. If it goes above 168, it'll ring on my phone, and then I'll check if I can sell 170 or 175 calls. I'll set an alarm for a CTRA to trade above 25, and when it does this, I'll see if I can sell the 26. And honestly, with Google, I don't see that I need to set any alarms here at all. If so, for me, in order to sell at the 108, I probably would have to go up to at least 104. And I'm pretty sure that I'll get a text from you before that when you say, hey, I was able to sell the 104 calls, because you have a lower assigned price here, a lower cost basis.
Exactly, exactly. And even if you don't have the alarm, and all of a sudden you look at your phone and you're like, hey, Google's at 105, that's a nice little Christmas surprise for you.
Right, right, right. But I mean, this will be a huge move. So, and that's the deal. You don't, especially right now. I'm not looking for any new positions. If something pops up, great. But I won't be glued to the screen for usually half an hour, 45 minutes a day, just looking for other positions. I mean, here, I'm really enjoying my time off, and that's my plan. So therefore, setting alarms, stepping away from the computer, shutting this down, that is how I will trade this week and also next week. I mean, next week especially. Mondays is a holiday, so markets are closed because we're catching up on Christmas. Christmas is on a Sunday, but markets are closing on Monday. And so it will be a short week anyhow next week.
Yep, great time to be spending some time with the family.
Good. And still hoping and waiting for a possible Santa Claus rally. Let's see what's happening right now. Indices really don't know what to think about today. They're just diddling along here. We see it also in the Nasdaq. Just turned slightly negative, 0.02%. I mean, 2 points down for the day. We'll see. I think today might be a day where we are stalling, and then for the next few days, I do believe that we will drift higher. We'll see. Santa, we're waiting for you. You can come now.
He's on his way. He's on
Good,
his
good,
way.
good. Hey, talking about the Santa Claus rally, we talked about it last Friday, and we did a video on this of what this Santa Claus rally is all about that we are waiting for right now, and it hasn't started yet. It's actually starting next week. Take a look at this video. This is where we explain everything in detail. Check it out, and then we'll see you again tomorrow.
Happy trading, everybody.